Thanks everyone for sticking around for the 7:30 recaps. We had a good hour at 7:30, some reasonably close matchups. In the first game on Field 1, we had the Rumspringa, which, number 7 Rumspringa, thanks, assholes. They were playing the new Kickheads. Oh my god. And they won that game 5-1. Mr. Drunk by Noon Wellbrock was unable to make it. I think his bank was rewarding him for stealing money from old ladies or whatever it is they're doing these days. A bunch of crooks. Crook, singular. Matt Wellbrock is a crook. He was not there, so Rusty was filling in on the pitcher's mound. I saw him pitch a couple innings, couple batters, looked to be holding it down pretty well. So, and as the score indicates, the Kickheads, they can boot the ball, they can score some runs, so to hold them to 1, that was pretty impressive for a sort of first-timer on the mound.
Yeah, some might say that he might have been better than Wellbrock.
I would say that.
Some might say.
I think we all said that.
I didn't really want to go out there and say everyone, but, I was being polite.
Brian's nodding his head, so...
It's an agreement.
We have a quorum on Matt Wellbrock off the mound from here on out for Rumspringa.
So what is he going to do? Is he just going to fill out the clipband the rest of the season? Is that your guys' take on that?
He's going to add armbands.
He can add armbands.
Each K that Rusty gets, he's going to put an armband on.
Let's give Matt a little more credit. He'd probably be good in short field. I really think if you put him right there, he could fill in that hole. Maybe.
Yeah, but then he'd probably have to take on the likes of like Keisha for that spot, and I still say she probably gets that defensive edge over Wellbrock.
He doesn't dance it in enough either, so she wins.
Yeah.
He dropped a little booty this week, but he'd probably drop a lot of balls in the short field. So keep him on the bench, Rumspringa. You're on a roll. 5-1-1 after this week, so they're putting together an impressive season after a disappointing fall.
Yeah, you see what works. He's not there. Oh, what happens? Big W. Hey,
you can't argue with results. Then, all right, you gentlemen were involved in the rest of the 7:30 games. Mr. Moorhart, your Chubby Gangsters had the Moose Knuckles. I know you got some friends, obviously, on your team and on the Moose Knuckles side, and it was a tight matchup, a 2-1 win for your guys.
Can I just say, Chubby Gangsters have been my dark horse all year. I've been talking about them. They've been... I will say I appreciate Matt Wellbrock for that. That's about it.
I don't, yeah. All right.
I mean, he's been giving us shout-outs, so I appreciate that. But you said Rumspringa is 5-1-1. Do you see who else is 5-1-1? Chubby Gangsters are 5-1-1.
You don't say.
And we went into this game. It's no secret the Moose Knuckle. I get if Rumspringa and the Jaegernauts have that kind of alliance on and off the field, Moose Knuckles are probably our... If we're Jaegernauts, they're our Rumspringa. Nick and Giselle Anderson used to be Chubby Gangsters, so it's one of those matches where it's friends versus friends.
There are no friends on the kickball field.
I guess that's true.
Says me.
But now Moose Knuckles going into this game only had 9 people they could field. Ooh. They had a lot of people out of town, including team captain Nick Anderson, their charger, Brian Turcotte. They were all out of town. But that being said, Jesse Jones, this was his first game back.
Who?
Jesse Jones.
Who?
Jesse Jones.
Who?
And Daniel Graham and Ben Bailey. They pretty much helmed the top quarter of their lineup, and it was rough. I mean, when you only have 9 people and you have 3 people that caliber batting 3 times because you're getting through your lineup that fast, it was tough. And they put us through the ringer defensively, and it was tied 1-1 going in the bottom of the 5th, and we had it was Jeff Moorhart on second and Buster Patterson was on first. Eric Hecker kicked a kind of a blooper right in the middle of everybody in the outfield, and it just happened to drop. I mean, I've heard Brent say a bunch of times sometimes it's better to be lucky than it is to be good, and that's kind of how I felt that game went. It was a walk-off win, first walk-off win I've ever been involved in, but it's still a win nonetheless. So
I will give Jesse Jones also some credit.
Who?
That mystery guy, but if he does take very good pictures. if you ever see his Facebook, if you ever interested in a photographer or something that might give you a portfolio shot, I'm sure Jesse Jones could probably give you a clue of who to go to. This man is no stranger to posing for the camera, so I'm sure he'd put up a wonderful profile every time he came up to the pitch on the mound, and sure it was a very good game to watch.
I still don't know who you're talking about, but I have seen an attractive man, Ivan Drago, posing around. I need some white jeans. Well, they become jean shorts quickly thereafter, but that guy has shown me the way in terms of jean coloration.
And fashion altogether.
I'll only give him the jeans. Anyway, rounding out the 7:30 hour, George, you had a game there with the Burning Bridges. Your Battlestar Ballsacktica.
Before I get started, I'm just going to go ahead and have a sip. Go ahead.
You do that while I say it was a 5-1 win for the Bridges. I'll let you handle sort of what happened. I did hear from Ryan Schmid on the Burning Bridges and I saw the post from JP, the second triple play in WAKA Virginia Peninsula history. Ryan tells me Alex Jackson was playing in the outfield. One of the first times he's been in the outfield, made a catch. You were trying some strategery between first and second. You had some base running confusion. Eventually, I hear Josh Joyner made a toss in to nab your guy at third. What was going on there, man?
Yeah, it just really wasn't the best of luck for us. I thought I could go ahead and lure a run in, and it worked. They bit. My whole point was to play duck at that point. We're in a 2-1 game. I figured let's get this game tied. We had been in their heads kind of the whole game. Their bench had been kind of quiet. They're kind of a loud, kind of razzle-dazzle team when things are going in their way. And it's just been a close, tight 2-1 game. And that was a situation where I felt like, hey, let's go ahead and take this run, tie it up. We'll take it to the fifth and play our odds there. And, ball's kicked out to Alex. Alex makes the catch. Fortunately, when we go to tag up, we got a late tag. And by the time the runner went, I'm kind of leaning out there. I'm like, well, you know what? I'm just going to hang out and just kind of jog around, let them look at me. And finally it worked. They came over, and I was hoping our guys would go home, but a little confusion. Came back, and by that point the ball's hitting me, and I'm yelling for him to go because they're still chasing it down. But like I said, it was just chaos. Ball gets thrown to third. 3 outs. Written about on Facebook. You guys seen it.
That's the worst when it gets put on Facebook.
But,
3 up, 3 down?
Yeah. Harsh to say. I'm about it. Oh.
Go on. Drink up, my friend. Everybody have a drink. I'll save mine for the 8:30 games. 8:30 games, 8th shot of the night. Once again, fuck you, Wellbrock. I think that sums up the 7:30 games pretty well.
Yeah.
Hope you're having a good time in Atlantic City, buddy. All right, 8:30 games coming up next. We had some hot ones. Stick around.